Hey y'all, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. You can say that you can hear me if you just use the chat and give me a thumbs up, something like that. We're so glad that you've joined us today for our second webinar for this year's Rally for the Y. And we'll give folks a couple of moments to kind of get situated and see if we have other individuals that will be joining us. So go ahead and go to chat and maybe type in what YMCA you represent and where you are tuning in from. Sometimes the names of your Ys reveal the location that you're coming from. I am tuning in from Austin, Texas, where Blue Goji's headquarters are. Welcome. We are so glad that you are here. We really appreciate your time, and we look forward to digging in even deeper to this year's Rally for the Y. So we have Greater Waco YMCA. We're kind of neighbors, Crystal. I'm assuming Waco is in Waco, Texas. We're pretty much neighbors here in Austin. Hi, Diego from Mystic Valley in Massachusetts. We have YMCA of Western North Carolina. So we have some East Coast folks tuning in. Glow YMCA in New York. Welcome, Heather. Thank y'all so much for being here. We will kick off this webinar in about 2 more minutes, just giving folks a little bit of time to join. In the meantime, I thank you so much for being here. And in chat, I'm going to go ahead and drop our landing page with all of the resources. So feel free to click on that link in chat, and that will lead you to our landing page with all the helpful resources for this year's Rally for the Y. Hopefully you've been getting the emails. You're here, so likely you have. If you're not getting the emails about Rally for the Y, feel free to use the Q&A function and let us know so we can make sure that you're added to our list. I see, Kim, I know that at the YMCA, you're probably wearing many hats, so we thank you for tuning in. You're tuning into the webinar and also helping people check in or working on membership. We have someone tuning in from Indiana, all right. I don't think I see any West Coast folks yet. We have Central, East Coast, and hopefully you got that link. And we will get kicked off in just a few moments. Thanks again for being here. Housekeeping, we're definitely going to have time at the end of today's webinar to answer questions. So you're welcome to ask questions throughout. And also at the end, we will have dedicated time to answer your specific questions. I'm also going to share with you our events email that will surely be helpful if you have any questions beyond today. I appreciate the folks who've already been reaching out with questions. We're trying to get back to you as soon as possible. Also, you will notice there's another link in chat, and it states if you're not receiving the Rally emails, if you could just follow that link and add your email to our mailing list. All right, we are going to go ahead and get kicked off. I want to honor your time, and we will jump into today's webinar that will help you be ready for a successful YMCA Rally for the Y. Thank you again for being here. It's so great to see some familiar names, and for those of you that I do not know yet, I look forward to hopefully meeting you via email or other opportunities. My name is Emily, and I work here at Blue Goji with the user experience. I'm on the marketing team. My colleague Casey, which is a familiar name for many of you, is here with us as well to answer any questions that you have and to help you get the information for you to have a successful rally this year. So this might be a little bit repetitive. If there's information you already know, great. You can just kind of check your understanding. But if this is your first time learning about the rally, welcome. What is Rally for the Y? Rally for the Y is an amazing fundraising opportunity that we run. Blue Goji runs every spring in February. We partner with YMCA's like y'all, and it's a way for you to fundraise for amazing causes that you have going on at your local YMCA. We have a platform that tracks riders' miles, and riders can be riding and getting support from family, friends, the community at a cents per mile donation or a fixed donation. In our previous webinar, Yvette came from the Pierce and Kitsap County YMCA and talked to us about all the amazing ways to engage corporate sponsors. If you missed out on webinar number 1, do not worry. All of our videos are available on that link I sent, the Rally for the Y landing page. So you can watch the first webinar if you missed it. Today, we're going to review some information that you might have already seen on our landing page. And so again, if it's information you already know, just soak it in, see if there's anything that you're missing. And please, please use the chat and ask questions if you encounter any trouble along the way. We want to help you. We want to get ready before February 1st so that y'all can be in a great place to kick off Rally for the Y. So a little bit more about Rally for the Y. It's an amazing way to create community. All of our challenges that we run at Blue Goji really do this for the organizations. So you are working towards a common goal. You're trying to engage riders at your local YMCA. Maybe you are the rider and staff as well. And you're trying to raise money for your organization. There's opportunities to tell your story of impact. You can let community members, friends, and family know why you're riding, what your goal is. It's a relatively easy ask for staff members like you all and board members at the YMCA. We do have some things for you all to do, some action items to get you prepared for February 1st, but they're relatively easy, and it's all about spreading the word so that folks at your YMCA can engage and ride. It can be great for member retention and engagement, and it's an opportunity to engage all ages. So this fundraiser, we can have teens involved, youth involved, all the way up to your active older adults as well. Over $2 million. That's 2 million, right? $2 million have been raised over the past 11 Rally for the Y. So really amazing fundraising and impact over the years. And we've heard from different YMCAs of how this fundraising, how the money has impacted their community. So just a little bit about prizes. We know that prizes motivate people of all ages, does not matter. So of course, for riders who participate, they are asking family, friends, the community to pledge to support them. That money will go to your organization. We offer some prizes on the Blue Goji side as well in order to create excitement. So we will have a $500 donation. We will give a $500 donation to one lucky rider that earns their badge. So it'll be random, a lottery at the end of the tournament on February 28th when it's over. We will pull a name, and that rider will earn an extra $500 donation that goes back to your organization. We also have a team competition. So the top fundraising team is going to earn a $500 donation from Blue Goji as well. Blue Goji offers a 10 cents per mile for all organizations as well. But like we heard from Yvette in our last webinar, webinar 1, if you're only relying on the Blue Goji 10 cents per mile donation, you are missing out on an amazing fundraising opportunity with corporate sponsors, with friends and family and community. So we're charging riders with the goal of trying to fundraise $100, and likely some of your riders are going to surpass that. We have some resources that are available. I wanted to point out on that same website linked in chat. We have a promo kit where you can order t-shirts. We have lots of amazing marketing materials that you can display on your walls. You can use in emails. We also included some marketing materials with just the Rally for the Y logo without Blue Goji if you need to use it specific for your YMCA. And there's some additional resources added this year thanks to Yvette, who inspired us, where you can print out these posters. You can laminate them, maybe put them in a central area at your YMCA so that when members come to your branch or participate, they can see the leaderboards, which the leaderboards are virtual as well. But it can be really nice to see a physical leaderboard on the wall from February 1st to February 28th. So riders and for your organization to see where you stack up against others. So this is a really great resource that you can use yourself. And probably best to laminate it as those organizations might be moving throughout the month and dollars raised might be moving throughout the month as well as miles ridden. I wanted to go back and point out that we also have linked an Amazon list, which you can use to promote Rally for the Y. So it's our matching colors, balloons. We saw some great images from Yvette's YMCA where there were lots of excitement in the front of their Y to promote this event. So we encourage you to do that if you can as well. All of those resources are on our landing page, and please let us know if you have any trouble getting to them. We'd love to help you. So that's a little bit about Rally for the Y. We know what's at stake, a great fundraising opportunity. Blue Goji is also throwing in some fun prizes. We've got great resources to spread awareness. Now, Rally for the Y is going to be running in February, right? So it starts February 1st through February 28th. In the meantime, we wanted to share some tips of what you all can do now. We've also shared this on our landing page and a little bit in webinar 1, so you can kind of just do a mental check of have you been able to accomplish some of these next steps. So hopefully you as an admin have our admin privileges in back office. If you do not, please let us know. You can let us know now. You can let us know by emailing events@bluegoji.com. Having your access to back office is going to be very important. Through that, which I will show you in a moment, you can add your donation link. That donation link is really important. It is the way that folks who pledge to support your riders or even corporate sponsors pledge to support you. It's a way for them to give you the money. So Blue Goji does not handle the transactions of the pledges, but we do have a system that tracks all of the miles and all of the dollars ridden. So that donation link makes it really easy for supporters to give you the money, and that's really important. I'm also going to show you how you can add corporate sponsors. Yvette talked about how that really took their rally to the next level when they started engaging in the community with different corporate sponsors. Also, we want to encourage you all as staff members to join the rally as a rider yourself and download that promo kit so you can spread the word. All right, so back office, as I mentioned, is really important for you all to have access to so that you can do some of these things. I'm going to share some screenshots with you so that you can kind of see what to look for and the steps that you will take in order to get ready for February 1st. So we're going to start with how you, as a staff member or an admin, can add your donation link and update your logo so that when we see those live leaderboards, you get to see your YMCA accurately represented. So on our landing page, which I'll screen share for you all too, so you can see it. I put it in chat. I'm sure you've seen it in emails. It looks like this. It has a great countdown. You're going to see different tutorials on here and different links. You as admins are going to begin your time by going into the admin back office. So this link right here will take you to the back office where you can view all the information that you need for this year's rally. So admin back office. You're going to use your username and password that you use to log on to the bike. It might be a different one depending on where you're coming from and how long you've been with us. Maybe if you have been doing rallies for years and years, you have your login. It should be your username and password that you use to ride the bike. You do need to have special admin privileges. So that's just something that's been true for before Blue Goji when Expresso was doing Rally for the Y as well. You're going to log in, and if you have trouble with that, please reach out to us. You're going to select tournaments. Tournaments is where you're going to find all the information for this year's rally. You should see two tournaments from your view, Rally for the Y26 and Rally for the Y25. You're actually going to use both to help you out, but for today, I'm going to show you first what to look for when you select Rally for the Y26. So you're going to look for your location, and likely you should see all the locations that you are associated with. From there, you're going to select that team, and you're going to see three different headers. You'll see team, riders, and pledgers. All of those are going to be important tabs, but for our first step, you're going to select team. From there, you're going to be able to edit your team. So you'll see right now, everyone has the blue Goji logo, and we want you to have your unique YMCA logo or just a YMCA logo rather than blue Goji. So you can go ahead and edit that, and you can add your donation URL. Sometimes these are available publicly on your YMCA website, but likely you know where that is. So you will add it in and you will save those changes. So that's your first step. There's two things to do: edit that image, add your donation URL. Now, we talked about this last time with Yvette, but we're going to talk about how you can also add the corporate sponsors within your back office link. So before we move on, does anyone have questions so far about adding that logo, editing your donation URL, or any questions about prizes, resources, etc.? Please ask them if you have them. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions, so I'm going to keep moving. So adding corporate sponsors. This is the next step we encourage you to do. So you're still going to be logged in as an admin. You're selecting tournament. You're selecting your organization. And this time you're going to hit the button pledgers. So we have those three buttons. Team, that's where you update your information. Pledgers is how you add those corporate sponsors. To add a corporate supporter or sponsor, you just hit that button, Add Supporter. From there, your corporate, the folks in your community, let's say you've got a few corporate sponsors, maybe one of them is wanting to donate at a cents per mile. This is a great opportunity to get a lot of miles in. So really that corporate pledger will not know how much money they're going to gift you at the end. They'll have to wait to see how many miles your riders have contributed. Another great thing about corporate sponsors is that they are pledging to support all of the riders that participate in Rally for the Y. Individual supporters would be supporting the individual rider, which is also really great. But those corporate sponsors will support everyone who rides. So those corporate sponsors can donate at cents per mile or a fixed donation. You, as that staff member, are going to be inputting the corporate sponsors' information. That contact information is really important. The email will be sent to the corporate sponsors and let them know how much they pledge to commit. There will be automatic emails when you put in that contact information for folks who are pledging to support your organization. Again, the cents per mile, the fixed donation, both are wonderful support, and then they will have that email sent to them. From your admin view, you're going to be able to see the different corporate supporters that you have so far. Again, Blue Goji donates 10 cents per mile, so you should see that one in your admin view already. And then any ones that you add in the meantime, before February 1st, or even after, you will be able to see in that corporate supporter section. Go ahead and let us know if you have any questions about how to add corporate supporters. Okay, I will keep moving if we don't have any questions about that. And again, all of these videos, we have short little tutorial videos. They're available on our landing page if you want to reference them later or share them with a colleague, something like that. So as a staff member, the next thing we are going to encourage you all to do is to engage previous riders. We have a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks until Rally for the Y kicks off. And you might be wondering how to spread awareness, how to gain excitement. There's all those amazing resources that you can use to display at your YMCA, maybe send out some emails. But we also want to encourage you to leverage last year's writers to help you get started this year. So you're going to use that same link from our landing page, and that will take you on into your back office view. Again, if you have trouble with that, reach out to us. And this time we're going to ask you to select Rally for the Y 25. You're like, why am I selecting 25? That was in the past. But it's really cool that you can download reports so that you can see which writers participated last year, and it will give you their contact information so you can reach out to them this year. So what you'll be able to do is click on their organization that you support. You can download, use the download button to download a report, which will be sent to your email. And that downloaded report will give you writers from last year with their contact information and how much they rode and participated. So really great opportunity. And then from that list, you could blast an email out using the logo that we provided in the resources and remind folks, say, hey, last year you did such a great job in Rally for the Y. Are you interested in writing this year? We hope to see you starting February 1st. Let's get excited and let's get going. So another really great resource for you to use is that 2025 Rally for the Y to help you with this year. Okay, I'm going to pause here and let's see if we have any questions so far. You're welcome to chat everyone or chat privately if you have questions. It might seem like a lot, but really you're in one view in back office and you're doing a couple of things to get you set up for success before February 1st. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Next, just a little bit more about how to re-engage writers from last year. We encourage you to email them and to communicate last year's success. You can also check out on our landing page the Rally for the Y leaderboard from last year. It says click here and it will link you to last year. And you can even see how much your organization as a whole was able to fundraise. So that can be a really great way to set a goal for this year. You could say, hey, last year we were able to fundraise X amount of dollars. This year, let's aim to fundraise even more and get folks excited and involved. So again, you can pull that writer data within your back office view, and you can also view the data on that public leaderboard from last year on our landing page. All right, so some really great tips for you all. Some really great ways to get started. We want to make sure that you all are in a great place so that when February 1st comes, as soon as writers start writing, they are beginning their fundraising. So if it's corporate sponsors, that starts from February 1st and individual supporters as well. So now I'm going to give you a little bit of information on writers. So you could be a writer too. You are a staff member, you're going to be helping organize Rally for the Y, spread the word, but you can also be a writer. This information will also be helpful if you have any members of your YMCA coming up asking you. You can send them to our landing page, or you can also explain it to them because you will learn today. So on our website, Rally for the Y, we have some great resources for the writers. I'm going to pull it up here as well so I can screen share and show you. How do you join as a writer? You know now as an admin how to do all those behind the scene tasks to set your organization up for success. Now as a writer, how do you begin to engage? So what you can encourage your writers to do, and I encourage all of you to do as well, is to view the Rally leaderboard. So here's our live active leaderboard for this year's Rally for the Y. If you have some writers from your organization, great job already spreading the word. Once a writer joins, your team should populate. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to update, so just have a little bit of patience as if a writer joins, you should see your team reflected on that team leaderboard as well. So if you're a writer, you are, because we're encouraging you all to be writers as well. You would join or log in using that join or login button. From there, you are going to put in your credentials and you will be able to ride in Rally for the Y. I'm going to share my screen and show you some different tips of what you can do as a rider to help you get set up, like editing your profile. So I kind of already showed you this when I screen shared. You're going to join or log in from that leaderboard. You will be led to this login page where you will log in using your username and password. And we're encouraging writers and you all as writers too to edit your pitch so that when you send your profile to supporters, family, friends, the community, folks can know what you are writing for. So you can edit it to reflect your fundraising goals. You can also edit your photo so that supporters can see your face and cheer you along throughout the month. On your page, you won't be able to see any miles written yet. No miles will display until February 1st. It'll really be like 12:01 on February 1st, East Coast time. That's when miles will start counting for this year's Rally for the Y. You should be able to see donation supporters before the tournament starts, but there will be no donations yet as the tournament has not begun. So here's an example of what it looks like when you edit your pitch. You can type in your little blurb of what you're writing for. You can confirm it. You can edit your profile picture and input your information so that people can cheer you on throughout the month. I also wanted to point out that we now have the ability for writers, you all can be writers too, to join Rally for the Y via the app. So you can download on Android or iPhone the Blue Goji app. You will log into the app again with your username and your password. That is very important for Rally for the Y. And then you will be invited to join Rally for the Y on the app. Either way works. You can join from the landing page on that leaderboard, or you can join on the app. So both are great options. Let us know if you have any trouble doing that. Just a note, you cannot join Rally for the Y from the bike, and that's not been the case for the past 2 years. So hopefully it's not too confusing, but you can join Rally for the Y from our website or from the app. If you have any login issues, if your riders have login issues, if you need an admin account, if you aren't able to see all of the organizations that you represent, let us know at events@bluegoji.com. We're trying to get back to everyone with their questions about Rally for the Y ahead of February 1st. That way we can really start Rally for the Y strong and support you all along the way. So let us know if you have any issues before then. All right, I know that was a lot of information. This will be recorded. We'll make sure to post it on our landing page along with all the other videos. But in the meantime, I'd love to answer any questions you might have or anything you're thinking about. And if you have no questions, if you're feeling good, you can even chat what you're feeling excited about or maybe what you're feeling inspired by. All right, we have some questions. Awesome. I see a question that says, are riders automatically added to the ride, or do they have to specifically join the rally? Great question. So this year is a little bit different. This year, riders do have to join Rally for the Y. So I'm going to go back a few. This is a great question. Riders have to join Rally for the Y. So on February 1st, they can join even today. They can join as soon as today. But last year, it was as soon as someone started riding, they were a part of the tournament. This year, we want to make it more clear that you have to join the tournament. So you know exactly, that you're participating actively in the tournament. So Diego, to answer your question, riders can join through the rally leaderboard, which is on our landing page. So I can show it one more time. They will log in and join just using their same credentials from the bike. You can also encourage riders to join from the app. That's another option. They have to be logged on to their app with their credentials for the bike. So option 1 is through the rally leaderboard, which is linked on our landing page. They can join or log in using the button. Option 2, again, is the app. If they are logged in with their credentials, they can join that way as well. Really good question. Okay, let's see. Okay, great question. How do new riders join the challenge? So we encourage riders to create accounts, Blue Goji accounts on the bike. They can create Blue Goji accounts on your phone. You can do that by downloading the app. It requires a rider to log in with those credentials on a bike so we know which organization they're a part of. So really the best thing if riders can is to create an account on the Blue Goji bike. And you can do that by walking up to the bike. You will be able to see guest mode, log in, or create new account. So if you have brand new riders, you'll ask them to create a new account. They'll need username, password, email, basic information. Once that account is created, then they have their account. They can log in, they can join Rally for the Y through the landing page website or through their app. So again, they just have to be attached to an organization, and the bikes let us know which organization your riders are attached to. Let me know if that makes sense. You said, do they need to be set up in a center? Not necessarily, but if riders create accounts on their phone, they will not be attached to your organization yet. We'll have to attach them to your organization. All right, let's see. These are really great questions. This is a great question. So if someone create an account on their phone or computer, how does the Y know how to assign them? Really great question. The system doesn't know where to assign them until that rider uses their credentials on the bike. We can also help you with that, Evan. So if you have a list of folks and you're like, these are people that create accounts, we can go ahead in our system and tag them with your organization. As soon as they do one ride, play one game on the bike, they are tagged with your bike location. I hope that answers your questions. Reassign riders to different centers. So reassigning riders to different centers, if a rider logs in with their credentials on a new bike, they'll be assigned to the center that they log in on. Okay, perfect. And Casey is answering some questions in chat as well. Also, if there's discrepancies and if you have a list, you can also email us and we would be happy to help. Let's see. Okay, thank you for answering those questions. Okay, miles ridden on guest accounts do not count. Great question. Why? The reason is in order to join Rally, we're asking riders to have that username and password. So they need to have accounts in order to join Rally for the Y. If a rider does not join Rally for the Y, their miles are not going to be counted. Yes, so miles will be counted on all of the games, both Espresso, Dragon games, Blue Goji games, all miles ridden will be counted towards the challenge. Yes, so I see the last part of your question, Evan. Really great question. So some of the Ys that were on the leaderboard are no longer showing. So at first, we had like 1,000 teams on that YMCA leaderboard, and it was a little overwhelming to search through. So we changed it where as soon as a rider joins the tournament, that triggers the team to display. So that way there's a more manageable list of teams and we can see the teams that actually have active participation. This might take we want to give it a little bit of time to load. So as soon as a rider joins, you might have to just wait a few moments to see your team. But we did take away the 1,000 names and reduce it to just the names of teams that have riders that have joined. I hope that makes sense. Yes, thank you. Casey mentioned it looks like we're missing around 10 teams, but they should be just updating, and that will not be an issue beyond this week, likely. Let's see. So Chris, this is a great question. So Chris is saying that we had some riders sign up for the Y challenge. However, we're not seeing the icon to join the challenge under the challenge section on the bike or on the website. So that's true. For Rally for the Y, you will not see the challenge icon on the bike, and you will not see that challenge icon on the Espresso website. So where you will go to kind of view your progress on the challenge is this landing page. So the landing page that has the link to the leaderboard. That's a really good question, Chris. So you can view it on a phone, a computer, and that's why we do encourage, we added those additional resources where you can print out leaderboards, laminate them, so you can kind of always have a physical leaderboard that riders can view and see when they are riding. So hard, because I'm sure there will be a lot of miles. Okay, perfect. I think we answered all the questions. You guys are asking really, really great questions. Thank you so much for all the thoughtful questions. If more questions come up, please reach out to us. We are actively checking the events at Blue Goji email, and we are making sure to get back to you as soon as we can. And if you have no more questions, you are welcome to hop off, and we will see you next time. And if you have more questions, we will be here definitely to stick around and answer your questions. I see another question that popped up. So I see, when will all the teams be added? I could only find 3 of our centers for Central Maryland. So this could be 2 things. This is a great question. For Central Maryland, potentially riders have not joined from all your locations. What's going to trigger your name to be displayed, your team name to be displayed on the leaderboard, is that a rider from your organization has joined the tournament. So perhaps at those 3 centers, no one has joined yet. Another issue, it could just be that it's just taking a little bit of time to load. So a rider could have joined from one of those 3 locations, but their team name has not yet updated on the leaderboard, but it will update. So it might just take a little bit of time. Thank you. That's a really great question. It is a little different that we're not requiring teams to register for Rally for the Y. What's helping us know that you are registered and ready to go is that riders are joining the tournament and getting started. They can't start riding yet, but they can start spreading the word and asking for support, excuse me. Okay, I think that was the question. I hope that answered it. All right. Thank you all so much. Again, I will stick around for a few more moments to answer any questions you have. Thank you for your time, and we're so excited to hear from you and see your organizations at the top of the leaderboard come February 1st when Rally for the Y kicks off. I'm going to go ahead and go on mute, and I'll give us a little bit more time, and feel free to continue to reach out with any questions that you might have.